Ann Arbor, Mich. AP, Olivia Olson and Silas Swords each scored 15 points and no. 6. Michigan beat Binghamton 120-50 on Tuesday night. Mackenzie Mathurin had 14 points, Tiala Delphus scored 13, and Ashley Salfilkanik and Macy Brown each added 12 for the Wolverines 4-0. Bella Pucci scored 14 points and Ashley Red added 7 for Binghamton 2-2. The 120 points marked the most scored by Michigan against an NCAA Division I team in school history. It is the second time this season that the Wolverines have scored at least 100 points. It was also the most scored against the Bearcats in team history, surpassing the 103 tallied by Notre Dame in 2018. The 70-point loss is the second worst in Binghamton history, behind only a 77-point setback to Oneota in the 1973-74 season. Michigan, which scored the first 9 points of the game, dominated from start to finish. The Wolverines led by 23 after the first quarter, 45 at halftime and 62 after 3 quarters. Michigan's largest lead was 73 points late in the game. The Wolverines, who came into the game ranked second nationally in turnovers forced per game 35.5, forced 30 by the Bearcats which led to 45 points. Michigan shot 66.2% from the field, the second-best field goal shooting percentage in school history, behind the 66.7% against Illinois in 2001. Binghamton only made 34.0% of its shots. The Wolverines out-rebounded the Bearcats 43-20 and also totaled 29 assists to the Bearcats, 9. No. 11 USC 78, Portland 51. Los Angeles AP freshman Jazzy Davidson had 19 points, 7 rebounds and 5 assists, and no. 11 Southern California rallied with a 24-9 second quarter on its way to a victory over Portland. Kennedy Smith added 13 points and 6 rebounds. London Jones had 12 points on 4 three-pointers in the fourth and Georgia Tech transfer Cara Dunn had 10 points and 7 rebounds for the Trojans 3-1. They scored 33 points off Portland's 29 turnovers. USC was playing on a short turnaround, having lost to No. 2 South Carolina 69-52 on Saturday. Laney Spear scored 11 points to lead the Pilots 2-2, who had 3 starters in foul trouble while coming off an 81-point victory over Warner Pacific. Portland averaged 91.3 points in its first 3 games. Freshman Julia Dalen had a season-high 8 blocks. Portland led 18-10 early in the second quarter, scoring 9 straight points, including 6 from Spear. The Trojans' defense clamped down and sparked a 21-0 run by forcing 13 turnovers. 6 different players scored in the spurt, led by Davidson with 6 points and Smith with 5. The Trojans took a 34-23 lead into halftime. The Pilots closed within 7 points before USC went on an 18-6 run spanning the end of the third and start of the fourth that extended their lead to 62-43. The Trojans, who've struggled with 3-point shooting so far this season, made 6 three-pointers in the fourth. No. 13 Mississippi 73, Memphis 64, OT. Memphis, Tennessee. AP Cody McMahon had 19 points and 12 rebounds, Christine Iwuela added 15 points and 14 rebounds and No. 13 Mississippi rallied from a 13-point deficit to beat Memphis in overtime. Sierra Thinu also scored 19 points for Ole Miss 4-0, 6 in a 10-1 run that made it 73-63 with 25 seconds left. Chai Harris led Memphis 2-3 with 24 points and Deja Richmond added a career-high 22. Harris hit a 3-pointer 12 seconds into the third quarter to spark a 12-2 run that gave Memphis a 41-30 lead. Harris capped the spurt with a jumper, a rebound on the other end and fast break 3 a little more than 4 minutes into the second half. The Rebels scored the next 5 points before Harris made another 3 and Tamaya Smith's layup pushed the lead back into double figures with 1:34 left in the third. Thinu made back-to-back 3-pointers to open the fourth quarter and spark a 13-2 run that tied it at 54 all when Cody McMahon made a falling layup with 2:54 to play. Richmond hit 2 free throws with 1:25 left in the third quarter that gave the Tigers their biggest lead at 48-35, but they were outscored 38-16 the rest of the way. No. 20 Kentucky 76, Purdue 35. Lexington, Kentucky. AP Clara Strack had 17 points, 13 rebounds and 5 blocks, Jordan Obi added 17 points, and No. 20 Kentucky beat Purdue. Toni Morgan and Amelia Hassett added 11 points apiece for Kentucky, 6-0. The Wildcats, who went into the game averaging 10.0 blocks per game to rank number 1 nationally, finished with 10 blocks. Kentucky led the country in blocks last season at 7.0 per game. Tiani Key hit a jumper 15 seconds into the game before Strack followed with a bucket and a three-pointer to make it 7-0 a little over a minute later, and the Wildcats never trailed. Asia Boone hit a three that made it a 23-13 with 23 seconds left in the first quarter, and Kentucky led by double figures the rest of the way. The Boilermakers made 2 of 18, 11%, from the field during their 5-point third quarter and shot 20%, 13 of 65 overall. Tara Day had 10 points, all in the first half, and 10 rebounds for Purdue, 2-3. Hila Karsh and Kiki Smith combined to score 5 points on 2 of 15 shooting, 1 of 7 from three-point range. Karsh went into the game averaging a team-leading 18.0 points per game, and Smith 15.3. The Wildcats have scored at least 75 points in each of their first 6 games for the first time since the 2013-14 team did so in 7.